Welcome everyone to this session and hello founders, entrepreneurs. I hope you're doing well and I'm going to share the screen and, and today we're going to discuss and deep on the market research for early stage startups. Market research in the which means it can be done every stage, every each and every stage of the startups. It maybe the startup may be in the idea stage, they may enter into the new viable product stage, and they even maybe take revenues. Every stages of the startups market research is essential. Why is essential is mitigate the risk of financial, and it's help to avoid to uh, wrong financial investments. And today we're going to explore and detail and some similar like boot camp model and live exercise, real case studies we're going to discuss in this whole session. And you may be here before, right? The startups are failing within the 5 years, and you may be throwing some news articles. 90% of the startups fail within 5 years, and they, the main reason is the 42 percentage is incurred due to the no market view, which means they wrongly identify the market, and even even further classified, we need to know the fail due to the poor market research. And in the whole session, we're going to explain. I'm going to explain why the market research is very crucial for the startups, even early stage startups. And we need to understand the top reasons why Indian startups fails. Building a solution in such a problem, assuming they know what the customers wants and not validating before spending so much money in the product marketing, etc. And ignoring the competitor research, and they not worry about the competitors, the existing players which are already doing well, they have the market share. We as startups, we should analyze the competitors, what they do, what is the market share they own in the market, and this is the whole idea about the importance of the market research. And and today we're going to explore and detail insights on the foundation of what is market research, Indian context, that go to from the assumption to evidence, and how you discover the find real problems, customer mapping, building the ICP, ideal customer profile, and competitor intel, analyzing the competitors in your market, and AI research labs, and how to use the AIs uh, to validate and research your market data, market research of your products or service, and sizing and framework actions we're going to discuss in the whole session. And this is the whole idea about the session. We do the things in this whole session, and let's move to the fundamentals, the startup market versus fundamentals. The mindset shift is very much needed in this area. Before the mindset shift decides everything, and we 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 have some basic idea of what is market research. And many founders think market research Uh, is idea is searching a solution for the problem, but that is not a market research. And the real market research actually is systematic process of discovery, truth about the product, the customers, competitors, and demand, pricing, the real evidence, not solely going on the gut feeling. We decided our idea is very good. We have market. We can make so much money on this product or service. The all gut feeling. We, it is not an evidence based. We pre-assumption that this product work well and we have so much market. We have some calculation like this one product services thousand. We have 1,000 customers. That I can easily make 10 lakhs. That is the simple unit calculation we do in our startup life journey. The simple calculation, unit calculations drive our entrepreneurship course. Like I make a SaaS product, like the subscription fee is 500. If 1,000 people subscribe my SaaS products, which easily make 5 lakhs per month, I can easily, if you spend on 50%, I can take 50% profit from the single product, which is the simple calculation we do. But real scenario is we they find on three parameters. Is this a real problem? Who has this problem? And they willing to pay the product or service. That is the three different factors which underneath of the market research. And move to the assumption basis evidence. And we th- we we have in the dangerous zones of assumption. We make any assumptions in the market in startup idea, and we think I think young Indians will use the app. I think these people might use this app SaaS product. My friend said that this idea of going good. You can go to the UI is very good, UX is very good, and definitely we going to make money. That is the pre-assumption we wrongly misunderstood the market, and we spend so much money on product development and marketing. After getting to the market, we get real feedback from the customers. Then only we realize that the customers really not wanted this feature, this product. They want something else. That is the problem. That is the core problem we may we can avoid it by proper market research. That is evidence based, which is make safe zone of the founders. And what is the real scenarios like evidence based means I speak 30 potential users and 20 of them confirm that they have the similar problem. And Google Trend shows 44% hike in the searches. You may try the Google Trends, right? I can show some simple Google Trends how you calculate. For example, your product is something called, let's analyze the trend. You can filter into the region wise and timeline wise and web search, search criteria like web search, image search. And you may take the past year's trend. This is in the high range. We may take the timeline in the x-axis and in the y-axis maybe could be the number of users, maybe 80,000, 100k users searches in the certain period timeline. The protein powder it will slightly increase and standardize that some downfall in the October and keep pricing. There is a trend we can get over the past years and certain period of time, and what is the top queries and rising queries we can kind of, this is the based on this Google trend we can predict what people really want, what type of products they want, what is the keyword usage, and and volume of the keyword search, uh, rising queries, and how many percentage of the search query, search keyword is rising. This all factors we can get through the Google Trends. And this is the great tool to identify what is the current trend, what people are looking for, are most people trying to get in the online, trying to search, get more information to, or in the online, in the Google. You can get this data from the Google Trends, and you can use Reddit thread. Maybe you can post your problem statement validation. Maybe get upload means the problem is exact pain point. Many of them feel, and this is the basics assumption versus evidence criteria. And we move to the four type of market research, and the primary research and the secondary research. The primary research is further classified into qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative in the sense we it's, uh, it's understanding the customer's perspective. It's not in the data. It's understand individual customers' perception towards the product, how they seeing the product or services. It's like we can get through the customer interview and then select focus group. For example, focus group in the sense we take vegan foods. Some group of people only take vegan food. The focus group have different needs in the different needs. They want completely vegan foods, non-dairy foods. They have some similar needs. They're looking for similar needs. They have the similar needs and try to get similar products, and best for understanding why, finding the emotional triggers, uh, discovering the unknown problems. These are the method, qualitative research in the motor. We can get through the market research, and quantitative in the sense is more on data, depending more on data like it's a help to providing scale, validating price, and measuring the demand size. Uh, for example, we create some Google form, type of form to understand how many people are interested, what is the exact need. So based on data and insights, we can get some ideas. And secondary idea, it means in the primary research, we collect data, we own data, and in the secondary research, already done, already exists. Some big data collection, market research firms already collected data from the government, private sectors, and the industry reports. Based on the market sizing and macro trends, regulatory landscape, and digital research, the Google Trends, Reddit, and App Store review. These are best tools to understand the real-time pinpoint of emerging trends and pinpoint the competitive weakness. And so let's move to the lean startup validation group. We may read the lean startup methodology by Eric. The important component of the lean startup methodology is and build minimum viable product, and that's test your hypothesis, like simple landing page, WhatsApp group, or Canva brochure is enough. and not a full product. For example, the hypothesis I want to launch a e-commerce store or online store for shoes. That is the hypothesis I have. Then I have to measure this idea is going to work or not. And let's check the sign-ups, the payment intent, click-through rate, and number of people say yes in the response in the interview. Then learn what was the when the hypothesis are right. If not, we can pivot, iterate, or kill. I believe it's not failure. Uh, if we if the hypothesis is right, we can pursue the idea. And where to mine the startups ideas. The in the market research we have access to the digital medium like App Store review. We go to Google Store or App Store review, and if you are building the app, and you can take a list, you can take one star review and read the comments and build the what is lag in the existing product. You can rebuild, we can change the features based on the reviews we find it. And this is AI tools for problem discovery, and this helps to identify the um, trends, surveys, current other people existing solution file. We can use chat AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, and using this AI tool, we can do specifically configure the prompt to generate market research, and based on the uh, score, we can validate and customer persona building is very important in the market research, and we have to fix our ideal customer profile. Ideal customer profile in the sense, and ideal customer profile in the sense, they are the simple version of your target, the unique version, the individual version of your product you develop, the individual version of targeted person, the specific target person of your products or services. For example, you may have the vague ICF like what target is in Indians age between 18 to 35. You start more want to save money, which means you vaguely position yourself is your target people is 400 million people. You cannot build a product for 400 million people very fast. You take a niche, which means 25 to 30 years old, professional in Bangalore and Pune, earning 8 to 20 lakhs a year. You invest in mutual funds, but have more time to track their portfolio. This is exactly what is the ideal customer profile you want to build. And the template means geography. They geography in the sense tier one, tier two, and state, cities they belongs to, and what role they pursue. Student, they may be a top executive in the corporate companies. They may be a homemaker. See the role profession you should identify, and their income level, and what level of income they have. They maybe have 3 to 5 lakhs per year, 10 to 20 lakhs per year, and you have to identify the core frustration, the number one problem they face daily. Buying trigger, what makes them buy now? Why late or some month late? What makes them buy now? It's maybe they have some urgent to buy now. What is the objection? Why they might not buy? And sample, we may take on a sample in founder persona. For example, problem it may not, as I told earlier, it is the individual person in the targeted people and their persona. For example, a Rahul, 20 years old, fintech user, a software engineer from Bangalore, he earning 20 lakhs per year. The goal is 5 by he may be 5 by 14 and track and invest early. That is a goal he have. He used four apps to track, for example, mutual funds, stocks, cryptos. He have the diversified investment. So you have to track the all his investment and portfolios in simple dashboards. And he likes to pay 200 to 500 per month for the useful tool. This is the uh, in- individual customer profile as the ICF individual customer profile, which means the targeted people of one person in the group. Defining the one person, you have some name, not a generic one, very defined, age, everything. Let example, let move to the another example like Priya. She is ready to see customers have home baker turned to baker. She located in Pune. She doing for her side income. Um, the goal is to sell homemade biscuits, cookies online and grow her Instagram channel. That is the goal she have. And the pain point she addressing is the not easy way to accept payments and take orders and tracking the payments and following the orders. And there is a pain she go through. The channel could be the Instagram, WhatsApp group, names or everything. What she will need to pay is if it saves 2 plus hours of your work time or earn more income, is she willing to pay the platform? And this is the very particularly positioning your individual customers what they do. That is the ICF. And this is the framework which is used to job to be done and what job the service your provider service done by the company. And this is the competitor research and three type of competitors. Most startups only see direct competitors and miss the big opportunity. And direct indirect competitors and status people. Direct competitors, which means you both have the same products, same market, and both share you uh, both solving same jobs to be done. Like for example, uh, Zomato and Swiggy. The jobs to be done is they deliver your food from your favorite restaurant to your doorstep. This is the jobs to be done by both the Swiggy and Zomato. They have similar platform like online delivering platform. same customers. You're going to use both products, Suzuki as well as Yamaha, and they are into the direct competitors. And if you are want to build another food delivery platform, you should identify the review experts in review and outperform them. How you going to do better than their existing uh, product or services? How to identify the weakest part? That is the core core principles, core need of research. And let's move to the indirect competitors. They maybe have the different product, same jobs to be done. You may take if you are hungry, you have two options. One is cooking owned by yourself at home, or you order online at platforms like Zomato or Swiggy. The end jobs to be done goal is to eat or you suffer your hunger. That is the jobs to be done. Sometimes the indirect counter is the people who are willing to take time and spend time on cooking and make their foods own. That's that is the competitor for the platform developer. And then move to the status quo, which means people are following very long time in the same process, same product. That is the same product. They're not willing to move to another product or services. For example, you may take the old age accountant, chartered accountant. They use paper, pen, and ledger. They're not willing to move to software, financial softwares like Zoho Books or any Tally, any cloud platforms to simplify their process. But they're not willing to uh, step 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 into the not willing to give up their um, existing status quo. It's also a competitor for the uh, product you build. And we're going to take some tools. We're going to discuss some tools, research tools, toolkit in this time. We already seen Google Trends, trends. How do we get uh, Google Trends on the keywords we're using and how identifying that trends. We already gone through the Google Trends. Then we move to the another tool called similar verb. Similar verb means it understand the website traffic of your competitors or your one. For example, let's take two Indian brands like the whole. Let's copy the website. Website and then paste it here. The whole reference. The similar give how many total visit in the particular website. It generate 1.5 million, and the device distributions also how many percentage of the uh, website visit get through desktop or mobile web. And different period Apple 1 to 7 it have 2.5 2 lakhs 40,000 visit and move to 3 lakhs and 4 lakhs. It's down and traffic share percentage from which state, which country. Gives maybe direct labeling, search, organic search, a search guide through the ads, something referrals, display, channel, or it gives everything. We can similar like if you have our competitors searching our competitor performance, our own website performance, we can get the data from similar web and then go to competitor. And the most important thing in the market research is Sam and so, and I try to explain in a simple way. And you take the three different layer of circle here. The first, the total covering area is done, which means the total addressable market. Let's say you are manufacturing a pet feed. You have the dog feed, you have cat feed. The total addressable market in the sense you're focusing location is, for example, is India. The total addressable market is 1,000 crores, for example. Then you can only serviceable at the moment at Tamil Nadu region only, which further down into the total available market is 100 crores. In the service available market, how much realistically you're going to get in the year 1 to 3 years, which means out of under market you may take 5% of the market share. You may take 5 crores. That is the service obtainable market. And so service obtainable market. I'm going to share a Excel sheet which helps you to evaluate your total addressable market, service addressable market, and service obtainable market. And let's get into the action. And we have to understand okay. And total addressable market. I have read the full definition. What is the total addressable market? Often refer at home TAM instead refers to the total market demand for your product or service. It is the maximum amount of revenue a business can generate. TAM can help you assess the potential of market and whether it makes sense for you to enter the space. It gives a overview of whether the market is big enough to invest, spend time on build product or service, and give the overview of the market trend and service addressable market SAM. And we have the limitation, we have the limited resource like team investments, and no business can reach 100% of the market. market instead of you should narrow down your market based on the specialization or geographic limitation. Among other potential variables, use service addressable market to represent the amount of market you can realistically reach, and market penetration rate, market size and share, market growth and duration. For example, let's move to the total addressable market. Let's say you are manufacturing a pet feed and you have total total of target market is two. Let's say dog product, the population size 50 lakhs. The whole India, the pet whole area, the whole India, the pet the market for dog product is let's say the 50 lakhs. When the average product size is 500 rupees, and the frequency for let's say let's take they purchase for every month, which means that 12 years for 12 frequency per every month they purchasing, which means 12 per year. The average revenue per customer is 600 rupees, and total addressable market is 300 crores, similar to the cat product. And after addressing the total addressable market, then we go to the serviceable addressable market. And total market we find total market for serviceable available dog for let's say 50,000 population, single life. And those people live in Delhi or those people live in the segment of the population who are willing to buy means, and this is the service achievable market. Then we move to the market penetration rate. You can get here, and similar for the market size and share and market growth rate and projection. And this is the whole idea we have to understand in the market research. The total addressable SAM and so on is very important to understand. And I given the top down estimate and bottom up estimation for approaching market sizing. The top down means your target market score, for example, 100 crores, and your serviceable achievable serviceable percentage is 5% of the Indian market, and realistic market share. And this is the customer interview scripts you can apply. You get real time data, and these are the 8 ways to validate before building. WhatsApp validation, Google Form survey, LinkedIn PhDs, and resale and sales MVP, LinkedIn post photoregister, and in Canvas model, and essential frameworks, SWOT analysis, quarter five forces, blue ocean strategy, business model canvas, and this is the famous founder sprints and case studies and master checklist to validate the startup idea. And these 8 principles of winning founders: talk first, build later, evidence, not opinions, specific eyes with win, study competitors' failures, A is your unfair advantage, A is your proof, tread fast, pivot early, India's 1.4 billion meat problem. And final note is the best startups ideas today come from deeply understanding the people, not from sitting in a room thinking. Every meetup started with one founder asking one customers one honest question, and up to five customers this week. And thank you. We, we conclude this session on the market research for early stage startups.